everybody, Rich Lang down here in the bunker once again with Prep U. Hey, today's video is basically a small kit that you'll keep in your bug out bag. It is your survival fishing kit. Now, when we're talking about our bug out bag, obviously we want to make sure everything's as small as possible. So what you're seeing here is not what you're going to carry. This is pure survival. This is when you got a bug out, you got to get out of here. You got no choice. So you are not going to take this is my cool little, I keep it in my truck with a fishing rod, and there's a couple reels in here, just in case I see a lake and I want to take some time and fish. When I go someplace and go fishing, this is my bigger fishing kit. You're not going to fit this in your bug out bag. Not even to carry around in your personal car. You can see how big it is. This may even for some be a little bit too big, but it's a great little kit. It's easily thrown into your bug out bag, and we know this is our bug out bag right here. It fits perfectly inside of there. It would also fit inside of a backpack, and we showed you the backpack video with film on how much stuff you can actually get in there, and I showed you pictures of that. On the internet the other day, like I've always said, you'll find all this stuff on the internet. It's very easy to look up lists for different things and put your own kit together. But this was the one that I found. It's called the DIY Survival Fishing Kit. It's not bad. It's not a bad kit. I'm going to show you the kit that I put together here in a little bit. But this was from survivalschool.us. Let me just go through it. It's interesting what they have in here. It makes a lot of sense. Container: a waterproof, sturdy, compact, small enough to fit in a pocket of your cargo pants. Even my kit is iffy about fitting inside your cargo pants, and the thing is, it's heavy. It's probably going to pull your pants off unless you've got a sturdy belt on it. So, and I list this stuff, so that's the one problem I have with this list. But here we go, just some ideas. Small Ziploc plastic bags, fishing line 60 to 100 meters, good idea. Commercial grade, assorted fishing hooks, swivels, leaders, circle hooks. It's a new type of hook. They say it catches more fish. I've never used them before. I've been fishing all my life. I've never used them. Artificial baits, plastic floats or bobbers, split shot sinkers, small hand fishing reels, otherwise known as a yo-yo reel. And if you've never heard of a yo-yo reel, that's hard to say. I'll show it to you. A pack rod, which basically just collapses. I know some guys use ice fishing poles for their collapsible. A basic knot card. It's nice so you have knots. A multi-tool. And a full tang survival knife, normally 4 to 7 inches in length, high carbon steel blade. Blade thickness of 0.17 to 0.25. Solid synthetic handle. And I found some examples on the internet. You got your K-Bar Becker BK22, your SE, your Tom Brown Tracker, Gerber SOG, Spyderco. There's a couple other K-bars and Gerber bars that are out there, but you can just Google best full tang survival knife. And some of them get pretty expensive, but some of them aren't too bad. So that was the list that they put together, and you can see how hard it would be to fit all this stuff into something small. I mean, you're talking a gill net and a full tang knife, and you're talking, all this other stuff. It might be a little hard. It's a nice list and everything, but what I did is I just put together a smaller list. Line, leaders, swivels, sinkers, hooks, bobbers, artificial lures, collapsible pole, stringer, fillet knife, and small dowel rod. And I'll tell you about the dowel rod in a second. But let's take a look at the kit and what I have in mind. And this is actually, I don't know if you guys can read This is a cigar box. It's great because it's watertight, airtight, and it's got a nice little lanyard on it. So, but this is what I've got in here. Move this out of the way. Very easy, very packable. You want some flies? I just threw, a fly in there. Let me put this off to the side a second. Several leaders. Leaders are good to have for quick change on your lures. Hooks. I got this nice little, really cool thing. It was in my dad's tackle box. I've got multiple kinds of hooks in there. What else? A small Swiss Army knife with a flashlight. This is really bright. It's really a nice one. Got it on, of course, on the internet. Where else would I get it from? So let's put some of these over here where you guys can actually see them. Something that everybody should have with. This is basically, it's green wire that's used for arts and crafts. It comes in really handy, and why I've got it in here is these are the yo-yo reels. They're a mechanical fishing reel. Basically what happens, the line goes out, it comes right back again, okay? But what's nice about this is you send this out and you lock it on the reel, and you set it up in the tree so when the fish hits it, it hooks them, brings them right back. There's quite a bit of line on here, and what they give you is when you buy these, they give you the actual string that's in here, which is a kind of a cotton nylon type string, and it's really sturdy to secure this through this hole to a tree or a branch or whatever. I'd also secure it with wire, put it through the hole. Secondary, it's like a safety. You're not going to lose this. What's nice about this is these can be set out and just left. So you can do other stuff like gather firewood or secure shelter or whatever. So you're fishing at the same time. If you put two of these together, go deeper. It also gives you a little bit of room, for the fish to play around with it. And I have used these once, and just to play around with them, and they are quite cool. So these are your yo-yo reels. They're extremely cheap. You buy 4, 6, whatever. You check out the internet, and you can pick them up just about anywhere. Dowel rod with a hole in it. With your fishing line, if you're not going to use these and you're just going to use fishing line, you can go through the hole, tie it off on here, and now you've got something to hold on to. If you've ever gone fishing and grabbed the line, and all of a sudden the fish decides that he doesn't want to stick around, you know exactly what happens to your hand with that line. Well, with this, you've got something to hold on to, and it's a little bit easier to just hold that fish if you need to. Plus, you can just wrap your line around here, which I haven't done yet, which I should, and then just kind of tape it off so it doesn't come undone. But that's just what the dowel rod's for. Just some filler. Now we've got some more hooks and another fly, and I have fished my entire life with plastic worms. My favorite color is purple for some reason. Bass love the purple ones. Yellow and black works real nice. Sometimes you want 2 different colors for fishing during the day and at night. It's just something natural that the fish like. Here is a very cool little multi-tool. It fits very nicely in here. It's got pliers, wire cutters. It also cuts line, and it's got a way to hold on to it onto your belt or whatever. I always like to have this is basically just a compass, little compass, and a thermometer. Really nice. And on the back there is a very cool little wind chill chart. So that's kind of nice to have. We talked about, a knot tying guide. There's your knot tying guide for different knots. Bobbers of different size. If I can keep them in my hand, I'll show them to you. this out of the way. So you got a couple different bobbers, you know, in case you lose them. Bobbers are nice to have. A stringer. Stringer's a must. Got to bring the fish home on something. You can't, you know, put them through your hands or whatever. So stringer's always a plus. You can also just use regular rope, but I like this because it's got the metal ring on the bottom and the metal top that once you get the fish on there, you just loop it through. Scaler. You can either buy one of these for like $1.99. My father's favorite thing to do was to take a piece of wood and get a bottle cap and nail the bottle cap to the wood and scale away, and I'm telling you, it worked. And it doesn't cost you a dime. You know, you already bought the pop or the beer or whatever. You've got wood laying around the house, and what's a nail cost? Not much. You know, so pretty ingenious. On my hats off to my father. So that's your kit. And inside here, what I've got in here is I've got split sinkers were over there, and in here is, sometimes I like to fish, and you guys all know what I'm talking about. This is a heavier weight. Well, this will take you right down to the bottom, and you can put your hooks up higher too. Of course, if you're survival, no one's coming after you. You know, if you're if it's that bad out there, I don't think you have to worry about DNR or Fish and Wildlife. A couple more little swivels I've got in here. A couple more artificial in case you can't find bait for whatever reason out there and you've got water. Some more flies. So these are actually spinners, not flies. Small. Couple my favorite are, you know, are MEPS. MEP spinners. Have gone after trout my entire life with MEP spinners. These are a little weighted hook. You can put, you know, something on the bottom of this, you know, whatever, just for artificial stuff, and that can basically be with the line to the bottom, and then it comes out, you know, 2, 3, 4 feet up from the weight, and it just kind of sits there in the middle of the river. But I got to tell you, my entire life I've been a fly fisherman, and I've had a lot of buddies that are really good fly fishermen too, and they're always tying their own flies and everything like that. But I've got to tell you, all this is a little black and white spider, and I've used these and caught more fish, especially bluegill and bass and, you know, and perch and stuff like that, with this stupid little rubber spider as compared to all the fancy flies that I've tied my entire life. So this is really good. I picked these up at Cabela's. I mean, everybody's got them. But that, you know, that's basically the little kit, and that's all you really need. You know, and you can always, if you need a pole, you can always get, you know, cut down a sapling or take a branch off of a tree, something that's sturdy, and you can make your own pole that way, almost like a cane pole. We all fished with cane poles. At least when I was a kid, we had cane poles. That was the only way we fished. We didn't have fancy reels and stuff like that. But that's my little DIY survival fishing kit, that you should have all this together. It's not fancy, it's not great, it's not, you know, it's not going to bring you home a trophy bass or whatever, but it's going to feed you in a situation where you need food. So that's it. I'm sure you guys have stuff that, and gals have stuff that you like to fish with and you want to keep with you at all times. Go for it. If you got something that you can fit in smaller, this is kind of a heavy case, but it's nice to have everything in there because I can also find it if I need it right away. Of course, it's not an emergency thing to find, like a first aid kit or flashlights or mace or, you know, firearm. But it's nice to have, especially with the yo-yo reels. You can start fishing right off the bat and do other stuff at the same time. So that's it. As always, if you like the video, please like it. Comment on it if you'd like to. We appreciate comments all the time. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We love subscribers. We're up to 182, and that's pretty cool. Always like a few more. And if you know anybody that would be interested in these videos, please let them know. send them out to all your friends. Let them know about our YouTube channel. Let them know about our Facebook page. It's a great way to get to know us and enjoy the Prep U life. But for now, as we always say, keep aware of your surroundings. Be prepared to be on your own for up to 72 hours and prep like your life depends on it, because we all know it really does. Thanks a lot. Take care. See you soon.